You want to go all the way back to 1998. Well, you won't be surprised to hear that this show is very close to my heart. This was the making of quiz show history. The first time that a £1 million cash prize was ever offered on British TV. Hello and welcome for the very first time to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The handsome young presenter. Anyway, the winner of the fastest finger qualifier was a fellow with a big smile who went by the name of Graham Elwell.
I'm going to take the money. Quiz, just there.
I have to say, I don't blame him at all. This gives me so much pleasure to give you a cheque for £64,000. As it turns out, Elwell did well, but I wonder how you would have done. I know, let's find out. Now, this was a noisy one. Fiona Wheeler is a lovely lady who came onto the show with a big wish list from her 4 kids, so she needed a decent win. I think the appropriate expression might be highly strung. Fiona Wheeler! You have just won Yes, I did tell you she was highly strung. Fiona played a superb game aside from the hysteria. She was actually a fantastic contestant. She walked away with £32,000. Now, would you have managed the same? Let's see. Here's another game that went down in the annals of Millionaire history, proving that Millionaire is the show that really does change people's lives. There was a lot of publicity at the time for our first ever £1 million winner. Newspapers, TV, radio, magazines. So the name and face of Judith Keppel may well be familiar to you. She didn't have to play it. She knew if she gave me a wrong answer, she would have lost £468,000. She did decide to play. And she went for Henry II. You've just won £1 million! You are amazing! I can't believe it! £1 million! You've been absolutely extravagant. Look at this. Recognise her? Of course you do. I remember saying to Judith, only came out for a quiet Monday night, but it did turn into an absolutely thrilling occasion for everybody involved. Judith was cool, calm, and totally collected throughout. Ever wondered how much richer you'd be if you were in the studio on the night of the 20th of November 2000? Let's find out. Now, here's a bit of a shocker. It's from one of our special shows, in this case, Millionaire Couples. Our contestants were Dave and Kath Birmingham, a smashing pair, who were racing up the money ladder quite nicely and in perfect harmony until they hit a tricky question for £16,000. Now, the audience gave them the correct answer, as it turned out, but Dave and Kath decided to phone their friend Martin just to be sure. Martin chose a different answer, saying he was 150% certain. So our couple went boldly with his answer, and...
No doubt about it, it's Robert Dougal.
Great. 100%?
100%, 150%, Dave.
Great, thanks, Mart.
No worries.
Final answer.
Final answer. Oh my God.
This is dreadful. It is actually the wrong answer.
Oh no!
I can't believe it, after the cat and Martin. And the right answer is Richard Baker. Luckily, Martin isn't here to help you. So let's see how far you get. Most of the shows that stick in my memory are because of the great outcomes, but from time to time we come across someone who has rotten luck on the night. One such person was Emma North, an A-level student who joined us just after Christmas on the 28th of December, our last show of 2002. Emma had never seen £1,000 in cash and set her sights on doing just that. But here's what happened on the £1,000 question with no lifelines left.
Yeah, Dempsey and Makepeace.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't think it's any of the others.
Is that your final answer?
I don't know. Yeah.
You had £500. Oh, Emma, it's the wrong answer. Right answer is Starsky and Hutch. Oh dear, you can surely do better than that, can't you? Now this one's a roller coaster. Rob Mitchell from Lutterworth in Leicestershire became the first ever contestant to reach £125,000 without using a lifeline, meaning he was only 3 correct answers away from winning £1 million. So we had 3 questions to go and 3 lifelines left. What could possibly go wrong? Here we are for £500,000.
Final answer. Ooh, that feels better now.
I can tell your sister up there thinks the answer is 13.5. Rob, your sister is right. The answer is 13.5. I am so sorry. Rob!
Oh well.
I mean, oh well!
She's gone now.
Yep. Rob lost £218,000. Awful business. Right, fingers on buzzers, everybody. Let's see how you do. We're going back to the 24th of April 2004 and another millionaire landmark. Watch this.
The Arlington Million is not a Triple Crown race.
Final answer.
Final answer.
You've just won £1 million. What are you like?
Bloody hell.
£1 million!
That's tremendous.
You are so calm, man.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Yep, that's Pat Gibson becoming our 4th UK millionaire. And at the time, that brought the total prize money given away in the UK to almost £40 million. This is definitely one of those times to wonder how you would have done. Well, it's time to find out. Good luck. Now here's one of those games that has you scratching your head and thinking, why? Well, it certainly did with me. David Schofield was pottering along quite nicely until he hit a bump in the road at £1,000. Okay, no problem, least of all when you have all 3 lifelines intact. Undaunted, Dave pressed on.
Final answer.
Dave, it is the wrong answer. Someone who says very little is taciturn. Oh, Dave.
Oh, Chris. I should have got it wrong at first one.
Well, you would have been the numpty of the north. Dave.
Halfway there.
You had 3 lifelines.
I know, should have used them. I know.
Oh, Dave. Yep, he blew it. Forgot to use his lifelines and walked away with absolutely nothing. I wonder how you'll do. Here's a little taster for you. Bombardier Billy Wells, Freddie Mills, Terry Spinks, Don Cockle. He did not have to play this question. He went Final answer, Bombardier Billy Wells. That was Ingram Wilcox's £1 million question. Ingram, you just won £1 million! Yeah! Fantastic! Fantastic! You are so cool! I love you! This is definitely one of those times to wonder how you would have done. Well, it's time to find out. Good luck. Right, we're not going back very far in this one. This is quite easy to remember. Our contestant, a guy called John Gallantry, really nice bloke and a good sport. He got rather a long way despite using all his lifelines very early on. In fact, it was a very good game, but unfortunately John's lack of lifelines meant that he had to resort to guessing and gambling, and nearly gave me a heart attack in the process.
Yeah. I'm going to play.
Oh, good. How'd you feel?
Really quite shaky now.
There were some really interesting questions there. Let's take a look. This one seems like it was only yesterday. You may remember the show when we met a lovely but rather excitable young lady called Rachel Adkins.
Oh, yes. Right. Yes, it was you. Yes.
I've got to pull my magic knickers up.
Yes. Pull your
Magic knickers.
Pull your magic knickers. Oh, good. Okay. Pull your magic knickers up. Now, do you want to play for $1 million?
God, I
Calm
really
yourself.
do.
Okay. Do you want to play for £1 million?
See what I mean? Very excitable. Rachel used up all her lifelines quite quickly, but what a contestant she turned out to be. Yes, it's the right answer. You got £500. It's the right answer. You got £1,000. Hey! Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Thought it would be. It's the right answer. You got £5,000.
Please.
You just won £10,000. So I wonder if you would have made it that far without any lifelines. I know. Let's find out.